Amy Roloff is surprisingly rude to her adoring fan. One LPBW fan admits they had no idea how much their mother-in-law loved Amy Roloff and Little People, Big World until they ran into her while out to eat. Taking to Reddit, the OP reveals that she realized she was a huge fan of the Roloff family when her mother-in-law became too starstruck to function. The OP then went on to explain that they have a pretty strict personal rule about seeing celebrities or reality TV stars in public. "I have the tact not to bother anyone eating their meal in public," the OP explained. The OP, on the other hand, admits they had no control over their mother-in transformation laws into a teenage fangirl. Amy Roloff gets shockingly rude with adoring fan. The OP explained what happened by saying that they behaved while eating their meal. However, as they were leaving, she recalls her mother-in-law waving like a teenage fangirl in the direction of Amy Roloff and Marek. "My interpretation is that it probably confused Emmy, because she then turns her head and loudly shouts after us, 'Excuse me.' 'What was that?' she asks in the same tone she famously employs with Matt." The OP explained that when she turned around, she saw her mother-in-law sheepishly walking over to their table as if they had summoned her to be there before saying hello and apologizing for disturbing them because she explained she was a fan. To which Emmy replied, "Oh, okay," in either a confused or annoyed tone. "Hard to tell, but it wasn't friendly. Thank you very much." The OP recalls her mother-in-law being like a deer caught in the headlights at this point, before Marek asks if she had anything else to say. As they finished explaining the encounter, the individual added, "That seemed to snap MIL out of her trance, and she was like, 'Oh no. Nice to meet you.' MIL then turned and walked away. MIL didn't notice as she flew away. But I caught a glimpse of both Amy and Chris looking at each other with a smirk, and I'm not sure what Amy said as her back was turned to me. But I did see Chris roll his eyes and return to eating." Remember, this entire interaction probably lasted no more than 30 seconds. We left, and that was the end of it. Awkward, but unremarkable. The TLC is notorious for being impolite to fans. Now, the OP goes on to explain that as someone who lives in the area, it is common knowledge that Amy Roloff has rude or awkward encounters with fans who approach her in public. The OP felt bad for her now embarrassed mother-in-law, who was simply starstruck and didn't mean to bother her. Other fans shared their memories of similar encounters with Amy in response to the posts. Some called it rude and uncalled for, pointing out that she chose to be a celebrity and should deal with fans in public with grace.